Well, hello there, Cancer. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you are here. So today we are doing your July career and money tarot reading. So we're going to take a look first at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we're going to move to the tarot to see if there's any obstacles on your path or areas of resistance, any blocks, and then, of course, advice from Spirit about how to move through those obstacles or resisting energies. I'm also including life purpose cards so that you can kind of understand the energy in your life purpose. And it doesn't mean you have to change your career or job unless you're looking to do that. Even if you're retired, it's about understanding your purpose in life and how you can bring that energy to however you spend your daily time, whether it's in work or in volunteering or just the way that you show up in your relationships. Okay, so let's take a look at the overall energy. We have Snake Spirit, time to heal, love that, and Ascending the Mountain, keep going forward. Now this is interesting because I feel like my throat chakra is having a little bit of a difficulty right now. This is the number 55. Fives are all about change, understanding that there is something that needs to change either in your environment or either in your job or career or business or money sector, or it's almost, I feel like with my throat chakra acting this way, it's kind of like you need to have a change in the conversations. Perhaps you're not showing up as your true with your true feelings in the conversations that you're having. It's kind of like, I feel like you may be having conversations, but you're not being straightforward in what it is that you want from the person that you're dealing with. So since this career and money, it could be, it could be having a frank conversation with your boss, or it could be having a frank conversation if you're the business owner with your employees. It could be having a frank conversation with a family member that is affecting your money sector, okay? Because this could be a family member that is, borrowing a lot of money but not repaying it or something like that. There's this energy here where I feel like you're on the right path. It's not like you have to change your career or job or let go of this person necessarily. It's kind of like stepping into this energy. I feel like this is a process of healing for yourself when you allow yourself to speak truly, frankly. It's kind of like you could be glossing over something, right? Just an energy of having conversations. It really is an energy of, and you could be sitting there, Cancer, and saying, well, I've been trying to tell this person how I feel, right? I've been telling my boss I'm feeling overwhelmed at work. I've been trying to tell my partner that I think we're overspending our money and that we need to, start saving more for retirement. You could be having those conversations, but it's almost like you're sugarcoating it, right? It's an energy of you're not able to communicate clearly how you are feeling. Yeah. It is sometimes, I feel like, we can have sometimes conversations, but we hope that the other person will pick up on our body clues, right? Or read between the lines, so we don't have to actually say the words out loud that maybe we are wanting to say. And a lot of times we don't say what we really and truly, how we really and truly feel in a situation. And the reason is because, I feel like you have a heavy heart. It's almost like you don't want to share how you really and truly feel. Almost like you're afraid that you may start crying, right? Or you'll get emotional, or they'll see how upset you are about the situation. Yeah. So, underneath you have travel, increase. You could be wanting to travel more. You could be wanting to expand your horizons more. The travel card doesn't necessarily mean that you want to travel. It could mean, it can be, it can be about going on a vacation, right? It could also mean about wanting to move to a new location or just expanding your horizons, especially in your career and money sector. So if you have a business, you're wanting to expand it, to increase perhaps your material success success or your sense of fulfillment, or, just being able to reach more people. You have the kindred partnership underneath, perhaps bringing on a business partner or more employees, people that can help you to expand, right? For some of you, you could be wanting to move to be closer to people that are more in alignment with how you feel. That could mean that, perhaps, I think if you're drawn to this channel, you're spiritually minded. So you could feel like you live in an environment, okay, a community that is not spiritually awakened and wanting to move closer to be around more people that are spiritually minded. Yeah, because you have new beginning. I feel like you're kind of going in a new direction, and it doesn't, coming back to this mountain, it doesn't mean that you're completely changing your path. I think, you're kind of, whatever you are planning to do right now is the path that is meant for you. But I feel like there is this energy of coming into it with a new mindset. It brings a totally new energy to the situation, because you have hold your vision underneath and the Knight of Pentacles, along with the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands and the Two of Cups. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, this is, you also have the Justice card. Wow, this is just beautiful energy. It just doesn't want to stop. With the Two of Cups, this is really coming into alignment with what you truly want for yourself and you want for your loved ones, especially for you, Cancer. You're, a water sign. Your family, your relationships with others is very important to you. How you connect to your coworkers, how you connect to the people that you touch every day. That could be your clients, your customers, your coworkers, your employees, or your boss. It's kind of like, yes, I want these beautiful relationships, right? Because you have the kindred partnerships. You want these beautiful relationships. You want to bring balance into those things that you want to have long term. You also want this sense of material success. But I feel like you're trying to balance that with your spirituality, and also kind of like sharing it with others. You could be like in a partnership where the person that you're married to or something like that, or even your business partner, say you have a business partner, right? You could be spiritually minded and be kind of in an energy of, I want to share some of our profits, some of our success with other people. Perhaps you want to, if you own your own business, you want to kind of like, a sponsor, okay? Perhaps like, a little league team in your community or something like that. Or you want to have some type of, I don't think it's really, you want to have some kind of gimmick in order to get more clients, right? So sometimes, people will have a sale to bring more people into their store or something like that. And I'm not saying that that's incorrect or something you shouldn't do. This is a different energy, okay? This is an energy of truly wanting to give back, of sharing what you have, whether this is in your personal life and you're married or you're in a long-term committed relationship, right? And you feel as if, well, we have a lot to be grateful for. I want to share some of what we have with others that are less fortunate, right? And you could be in a partnership where business or personal, where the other person isn't feeling that is an important thing. I feel like you're trying to bring something into balance, feeling very fortunate for what you have and wanting to share it with other people. Yeah, because you have the Five of Pentacles. I think for some of you, you understand what it means to not have enough, right? To not have enough money to pay the rent or to get the new tires you need for your car, or just constantly being concerned that you won't have enough money at the end of the month, right? And so it's like, I want to share what I have a little bit more than you are at this time. It's a beautiful energy. It really and truly is, because I feel like this is helping you to expand your horizons. Once again, coming into this sense of, I want to expand my horizons. I want to touch the lives of more people. And honestly, I feel like when you step into this energy of sharing more of what you already have in a generous in a generous spirit, in a loving spirit, which I know you're in, Cancer. It's about, I also feel like it actually brings in more prosperity for yourself. It's really that energy of, as you become more generous and share more of yourself, your time, your energy, your talents, your gifts, your creative abilities, your love, as you share more of that with the world, you also acquire more wealth. Because I feel like, there is that energy that when we allow that flow to come in, right? When we're really grateful for what, our customers, our clients, our neighbors, even, if you are retired and you spend time volunteering, understanding the love, the appreciation that you get from the people that you touch on a daily basis, right? And it's kind of like, okay, the way to keep that flow going is to not just like give and allow them to be grateful, right? And then stop. It's about, no, I want to give more. Oh, I get more. I want to give more. I get more, right? And what we get back can come in the form of financial success, okay, prosperity, but it also comes in the form of greater sense of fulfillment, of joy, of feeling connected to other people, and I love this energy. You could be trying to start some type of a community, whether it is in your vicinity where you live or an online community, just trying to grow more of, there's just a sense of wanting to touch the lives of more people in some way. Oh my goodness. Yes, you have light and love. So these are the life purpose cards, and this seems to be going in that direction. Yes, you are a healer. Okay, so if you look at that card, it's kind of like somebody that's in the medical field, but you can be a healer just by walking into the room and raising the vibration of the room. It's about shining your love and light, sharing more of who you are with the people that you touch, okay? And understanding that as you do that, you are helping to heal their energy. You've probably been in a situation where you're sitting in a room, right? And somebody new comes into the room. Like, there's some type of vibe in the room. The door opens, a new person walks in, and the vibe in the room changes depending on the energy that that person brings into the room. I feel like Cancer, you are that new person that can walk into a conference room, right? Or even into a coffee shop, or, walking your dog in your neighborhood or whatever. And you are the type of person that can raise the vibration of the room or the people that you touch just by being in the room. Okay, so that's a beautiful energy of understanding that you have a special way of being that helps other people to feel lighter, feel more loved, right? And it is also about then also understanding that when you share your talents, your gifts, your resources, your time, your energy with other people, you are just even expanding more that sense of healing, of sharing your light and love with others. Yes, and then you have school. The answer that you're seeking involves going to school, and speaker, your life purpose involves your skills of oration. Okay, so I'm getting a couple of different messages here. For some of you, you may want to go back to school in order to gain more knowledge, skills, or talents, right? To increase your knowledge that you have right now in a specific area of your career. You may want to go back to school to get another certification or something like that. Going to school, it's not just the piece of paper that we get at the end of a certification process, right? It's not just the degree or the piece of paper. It is also that sense of confidence that you have learned something, that you are more knowledgeable than you were before. That sense of confidence helps us to better connect with other people. Think about it. When you're really confident about what you know and what you want to share, right? You're confident in who you are. you show up in a different light than when you're not confident, right? And you're like trying to hedge everything, trying to figure out, okay, what do I say next, and that type of thing. So for some of you, I do feel like you may be going back to school. For some of you, you may actually be going back to school or taking some kind of course of some sort to learn how to speak more eloquently. I can't even get that word out. And that reminds me of when I was having difficulty talking at the very beginning of this video, right? Like my throat chakra was, kind of closing up. I feel like you're trying to learn how to speak more eloquently with other people. Whether you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel or you're wanting to speak at schools, perhaps you're trying to inspire students to go in a certain direction, see the world in a different light. This is probably only for one or two of you. For some of you, may be wanting to speak out at schools about bullying or cyber, bullying, that type of thing. Just kind of like, or perhaps, safety in our schools, gun violence, that type of thing, where you're stepping into this energy of, yes, okay, this may not be in your career and money sector. Your career or job might not be part of your career or job. You could be wanting to volunteer some of your time to go in this direction, to find a greater sense of purpose in your life. Yes, I love that energy. Whenever you are trying to speak, you're sharing what it is that you have learned on your path. Understanding, though, that your words are helping to share this healing energy with the people that you touch. And that could even be in that conference room, right? The way that you come into perhaps a team meeting or a brainstorming session, right? Or a pitch session to a client or a customer. It's understanding that when you walk into the room, you have this special energy. It is about speaking your mind, speaking truthfully of how you see the situation, but also in this positive vibe. Wow, beautiful energy. All right, Cancer, let's go to the tarot. Let's see what we have here. So we have this energy of the Five of Wands, the end of a tough cycle approaches, and then transformation. Okay, this is the Scorpio energy, okay, the Death card, and knowing that endings bring new beginnings, and you definitely have that energy of a new beginning happening here. Once again, I feel like this is really a change in your mindset, or a change in the attitude, the inspiration, the motivation, just the energy level that you are bringing to your career or money sector. It's about how you spend your daily time. The people, getting back in touch with how you want to show up with the people that you come in contact with every day. There is this sense of, perhaps even with your clients and customers, you could have a very much of a very nice professional business tone with them, but it's also about opening up to them, asking them questions about their personal life, right? But then it's also about opening up about your own personal life. And it doesn't have to be like you sit there and tell them your whole life story, right? But it is about understanding that when we take just a few minutes, I'm not saying you have to take a lot of time, just a few minutes of building that rapport with your customers, your clients, your co-workers, your employees, whoever you are touching on a daily basis. Once again, it could be just walking around your neighborhood, walking your dog, and just stopping for a minute and chatting with your neighbors, waving to people, just understanding that you are really in this energy right now of sharing your healing energy with other people. Okay, so let's see. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yes. Okay, so you have a little bit of a crossroads here. With the Judgment card, you have a crossroads. You have a decision to make. So you have the Two of Swords here. You have a decision to make, but you're not really sure of how to proceed in this situation. For some of you, I think that with this Five of Wands, okay, you're looking at the competition. You're wanting to walk away from the competition. Ooh, this is an interesting energy, Cancer, okay? I feel like you're trying to walk away from the competition. Now, this could be, the competition that if you have like your own business, this would be other companies that maybe you compete against. If it's in, say you work for a corporation, this could be the other people that you work with. You could be feeling like you're competing for a promotion or competing for your boss's attention, being recognized, that type of thing. There's almost this energy of wanting to just walk away from the competition. Okay, but here is the thing. I think you're being asked instead to heal the fears that are kind of driving you to this energy of just wanting to walk away, of not wanting to compete. This is really interesting because I think what you're being asked or you're being led to understand is that look at this energy, right? You have this incredible energy of light and love, healer, speaker, school. You have this energy that you are truly a healer. You are truly somebody that can transform the energy in a room just by the way that you show up in the room. And I feel as if this is an energy of not walking away from the situation, feeling like, okay, I'm competing against, other companies. I'm competing against my coworkers. You can even a little bit in your personal life feel like you're competing against, other family members or something like that. Like feeling like, say you have some siblings that are very, wealthy. Okay. And you are perhaps, happy being your spiritually minded self, and material success hasn't been the forefront of what it is that you want. But, struggling a little bit with that sense of, well, they have more than I do, or feeling like you're being compared. Okay. Perhaps you have parents that kind of compare, well, look at what they have. And you're like, yeah, but, I'm over here sharing my love and light. It is that energy of understanding that you're feeling a little bit like you're having to compete, that you don't have enough in some situation. This is understanding, no, you really do have this amazing talent of raising the vibration of the people that you are around. It's understanding, stay on your path, right? It's not about making a big change in the direction that you're going in. It's about making a change in the attitude, the mindset that you bring. So once again, say you're feeling this sense of competition at work. It would mean that you would, instead of maybe having the approach of trying to highlight say you are up for a promotion. Let's get a little more specific. You're up for a promotion with a fellow coworker or even more than one, okay? And you're trying to maybe highlight what is really good for you, what you bring to the table to your boss. You're trying to find situations where you can highlight that. But you also may be trying to kind of like undermine, even subconsciously, your competitors, right? This is about this energy of just stepping in and being your real self, of understanding that it's not necessarily that you have to tell your boss how wonderful you are, right? It's show your boss how wonderful you are. Do a fabulous job, right? In the work that you do, and bringing in this positive energy. People like being around people that have a positive energy, right? It helps them to feel uplifted. So I feel like just showing up as your true authentic self, sharing your love and light, being not trying to compete with other people. It's really about being your real self. Wow, that's really kind of interesting. I'm trying to think. I think Libra may have had, and it's kind of interesting now that I think about, we have the Justice card here. Libra may have had somewhat of a similar message about, it's not about trying to fit in with the competition or argue with the competition or cut down the competition. It's about stepping out of the competition and just being who you really are and not worrying so much about the competition. Knowing that you are on the right path, that this path is going to lead you to where you want to really go in the long run. So let's take a look at your area of resistance. Yeah, you have a time for healing. It's almost like your whole obstacle is that you're looking for, you're thinking that the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. It's that type of energy. Feeling like, okay, yeah, well, there's a lot of competition here. I think I'm just going to pack my bags and go somewhere else, right? Oh, the grass looks greener over there at that company, okay? And then trying to move in that direction. What you're not understanding is that even if you're only thinking about that temporarily, it's bringing down your energy. It's bringing to that conference room when you walk in the room, right? This energy of, I don't really want to be here. I don't want to compete against these people. I think I'm going to pack my bags and go somewhere else. But that's the energy then that you're bringing into the room, that you really don't want to be there. And I don't feel like you're doing this consciously. It could be subconsciously. But understanding, no, wait a minute. You're in the right place, okay? At this time, you're in the right place. And, I will say that, if you're thinking about starting your own business or something like that, and you're putting time and energy into that, know that whatever path you are on at this time is the right path for you, okay? If you're in a job, right, and you're just kind of like toying with the idea of perhaps changing because you don't like the competition of where you are. You could even be saying, well, it's very toxic where I work, right? But understanding, you're being called to heal the situation. You're not being called to walk away from the situation. Your angels are there with you, right? It's really a powerful energy of understanding that you are meant to help bring some healing energy to the situation. And when we allow ourselves to heal a situation, right, we are not just healing ourselves, we are really touching the lives of so many people. Okay, that energy of being able to share your love and light with others through this. Yeah, it is so interesting. And then you have the 10 of Cups underneath. Here you go. Yeah, it's like, I want to walk away. Your doubts are your doubts are causing you to want to walk away. It's about getting really kind of confident in yourself. You have the King of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups. Understanding that I feel like you're in the right place. It's about the energy that you can bring to the situation. And I'm not saying, Cancer, that the people you work with are not competitive, okay? Perhaps creating a toxic environment. It's about understanding, okay, how can I help heal this? Instead of just running away from it, how can I help heal it? And the way that you heal it is just stepping into your energy of not participating in the competition, of just being yourself, of sharing your love and light with your competitors, right? Instead of, this is a little bit of that energy where you could have perhaps in team meetings or, if you sit around and eat lunch together or something like that, about having team members that are a little bit sarcastic, right? Or something like that. Like there's something here that wants to be said. Once again, that energy at the beginning, that you want to say, you have something to say, right? In a loving way. You have something to say, but you're not really saying it. So maybe you have somebody on your team, okay, that's very sarcastic and kind of like has built this energy of competing against each other, right? Of this person. I feel like there's somebody else that has brought this energy into your team, however that means, or the people that you work with, or your business competitors, or whatever. It's kind of like understanding that that person is perhaps, okay, actually needing some healing. And you can bring it to them, not by changing them, okay? Not necessarily by doing that, but just by showing up in your light and love. And maybe if they're being sarcastic or saying snarky remarks or gossiping about other people, that you kind of have a loving way of sharing your light and love with them and helping them. It's hard because it's kind of like, it's not about preaching to them, right? But perhaps it is about saying, I feel disrespected when you are sarcastic, about you make sarcastic remarks to me. It's perhaps about calling this person out about the energy that they bring in, but using it from that I statement, how it makes you feel, instead of like preaching. And saying you're bringing down the whole energy when you make those sarcastic remarks. It takes a lot more courage to say, I feel, right? I feel disrespected. I feel unheard. I feel, what's that energy? It's kind of like a sense of not appreciated, right? You could just put it back into the I statements. That is a way of getting across how you truly feel without getting into the snarkiness that may be going on in a situation. All right, let's take a look at what your advice is here. Yeah, a fiery climax approaches back and forth. I think it is a little bit about deciding, okay, what am I going to do? I feel like where you are is where you really want to be. It's going to lead you to the mountaintop, okay? And it doesn't mean that you want to stay in this job, this career, this business for the rest of your life. You understand that this probably is the best place for you at this time. But there's also something about learning how to deal with this conflict, with this competition, instead of running away from it. You may have had a pattern of behavior where every time you felt like you were competing against other people, right? Or there was some conflict or toxicity in the job, your job arena, your career, you just kind of left instead of saying, okay, what do I need to transform about myself? What do I need to transform about my patterns of behavior, my mindset, my thoughts? How can I help to heal this situation? I feel like you're kind of almost like your guides are really wanting you to take a little bit of time to try to heal this situation, mend the situation, mend the energy here. Yeah, because you have the King of Cups, your energy, and the Eight of Pentacles. Bringing this sense of calm, okay, to the workplace. Understanding that the emotions at this time could be really high, not just with you, but with other people that you deal with. And it's about bringing this calm, the sense of love, the sense of understanding, of respect for each other in the workplace, or perhaps even with your customers. Yeah. For some of you, if you have your own business and you have not, for whatever reason, maybe you haven't had the time or the energy lately to really build that rapport with your customers, I feel like this is a good time to kind of reach out and do something special. Yeah, it's about deciding. Look at this. About deciding. You have the King and Queen of Cups, right? It could be with a business partner, right? Or a family member that maybe has borrowed money or something. It's about understanding, yes, I'm going to bring love to the situation. I'm deciding to stay here and try to make things work out instead of running in a different direction. Yeah. That it is kind of hard. Sometimes it is, it's hard to decide, do I stay or do I leave a situation? But I feel like you're being literally called to kind of stay and work on this situation. Okay, now for some of you, if you have some kind of a YouTube channel or it's something that you are, some kind of online presence, okay? These are the business cards. You have go live and you have broadcast. Develop your own unique voice. Okay, once again, your voice, coming back to your throat chakra. Then get your message out to your ideal audience. Consider starting a podcast or a radio show, or build an authentic relationship with your audience by hosting live sessions. Okay, so I feel like this is something that you really can do. And for some of you, this could even be like a side business. You may have your job or career that you go to every day. You're trying to perhaps heal the connections there. But I also feel like there is something about sending out your light and love, right? Expanding your horizons in that. And perhaps by going live or doing a podcast, something like that, getting your message out to more people. And then you have entertain. Your brand should educate and entertain your clients, make them smile, laugh, and feel great when they interact with you and your brand. All of these, okay, I am going to say this is so much of Cancer energy, right? Because I feel like Cancers are usually very, fun loving. They enjoy life. They enjoy connecting to other people. And whether you have your own business, right? You can have some type of online, audience just with your website or something like that. This is like, okay, what can you also do with your speaking voice? Having a podcast, starting a YouTube channel, Instagram, something, right? It's a kind of understanding, okay, how can I better connect with other people? Live is better connections, right? It is, it's really kind of interesting. Because you have that, you can really and truly build that rapport. So even if you have your own business, it is something to think about. How can you better connect with your clients? Yeah. It also, I'm going to say, is going to help you to stand out from your competition. It helps you to stand out from your competition when you are going live. Okay. All right. So let's see. We're going to pull a creativity oracle card for you. And Cancer, I do personal readings. So if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Curiosity, be spontaneous, wonder, move forward, look ahead, and stretch above your present circumstances. Yeah, I love that energy of understanding, you have everything that you need in order to kind of bring people back together, so build this sense of community, connect with your audience, your clients, your customers, your co-workers. There's this energy where I feel like, especially in the month of July, you can really step into bringing people together. And actually, I feel like it takes you to a higher level, takes your career to a higher level, takes your business to a higher level. Very lovely energy there. All right, Cancer, I'm going to leave it there. I really appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light to you. Bye for now.